In a quiet village, young Arjun lived with his mother, surrounded by the serene beauty of nature. Their days were simple, filled with the sounds of birds and the rustling of leaves. And their beloved cow, Gauri. Gauri was not just any cow. She was a gentle soul who had been with the family for years. Their home was modest, but filled with warmth and love. The walls echoed with laughter and the aroma of home-cooked meals. Gauri was more than a cow. She was family, always listening to Arjun's stories and comforting him. She had a calming presence that made every worry fade away. Each morning, Arjun greeted Gauri with gentle words and care, never using a stick, only kindness. He believed that love and respect were the best ways to communicate. His mother taught him, "Kindness is a language everyone understands." These words stayed with Arjun, guiding his actions every day. Arjun helped neighbors and shared what little he had, always with a smile. His generosity was known throughout the village, but his greatest love was for Gauri. Their bond was unbreakable, a testament to the power of kindness and care. Gauri, in return, gave the sweetest milk, which they sold to buy essentials. This milk was cherished by everyone in the village. Their life was simple, but their bond was strong, a friendship built on trust and affection. They were inseparable, sharing every moment of joy and sorrow. The villagers admired Arjun's gentle ways, and the sight of boy and cow together warmed every heart. They were a symbol of harmony and peace. In their small world, love and kindness were their greatest treasures. These simple values made their lives rich and fulfilling, a lesson for all who knew them. One year, the rains never came. The fields turned brown, the river shrank, and the wells dried up. The village grew silent, hunger and worry replacing laughter. Animals suffered too, grass vanished, and Gauri grew weak. Arjun walked miles to find even a handful of dry grass for her. He often gave Gauri his own water, even if it meant going thirsty. Gauri's milk dwindled, and soon there was none left to sell. With no income, Arjun and his mother struggled to buy food. Some days, they ate only thin porridge. The drought stole not just their food, but their hope. The once happy village was now shadowed by despair. Arjun's love for Gauri was tested as never before. As the relentless drought dragged on, the land grew more desperate with each passing day. The once green fields had turned to dust, and the air was thick with worry and exhaustion. Inside their small home, Arjun's mother sat in silence, weighed down by a decision no parent should ever have to make. The cupboards were nearly bare, and hope seemed to slip further away. "We have nothing left," she whispered, her voice trembling. "Perhaps we must sell Gauri at the cattle fair." The words hung in the air, heavy and unspoken for so long. The thought shattered Arjun. Gauri was more than just a cow. She was his best friend, his confidant, and the heart of his childhood. That night, unable to sleep, he crept out to the shed and sat beside her, whispering his love and sorrow into the quiet darkness. He told her stories just as he always had, hoping she could sense his pain. Gauri nuzzled him gently, her warm breath a small comfort, as if to say she understood every word and shared his sadness. At dawn, with the sky painted in soft colors, Arjun prepared to lead Gauri away. His heart felt unbearably heavy, each step toward the unknown filled with dread. Every step felt like a betrayal, but deep down, he knew his mother had no other choice. Their survival depended on this sacrifice. He wondered who would listen to his stories now, or comfort him in the quiet mornings when the world felt too big and lonely. As he tied the rope around Gauri's neck, his hands shook uncontrollably. The simple act felt impossibly cruel, a moment he wished he could undo. Tears streamed down his face as he stood beside her, feeling powerless and small. It was the hardest thing he'd ever done, a memory that would haunt him for years. In that final embrace, the bond between them felt stronger than ever, even as he faced the unbearable reality of losing her. Arjun's world was about to change forever. The emptiness ahead seemed endless, and he wondered how he would ever fill it. Sometimes, love means making impossible choices, sacrifices that break your heart, but show just how deep that love truly runs. On the way to the market, Arjun and his mother met an old woman beneath a banyan tree. She asked gently, "Where are you taking this beautiful cow?" Arjun explained their plight, tears in his eyes. The woman listened, then smiled kindly. "Do not sell her. A friend like this is priceless." She handed Arjun 5 strange golden seeds. "Plant these at home, water them with a little of Gauri's milk, and hope." Arjun and his mother were puzzled, but the woman's sincerity gave them hope. Trusting her words, they turned back, leading Gauri home. The seeds felt like a small miracle in their hands. Sometimes, hope arrives in the most unexpected ways. They thanked the old woman and returned, hearts lighter. A new chapter was about to begin. Arjun planted the golden seeds in their barren yard, watering them with Gauri's precious milk. The next morning, he awoke to a dazzling sight. 5 golden trees had sprung up overnight. Their leaves shimmered, and their branches glowed with golden fruit. The village buzzed with wonder at the magical orchard. The golden trees brought hope, chasing away the gloom of drought. Arjun remembered his mother's lessons and knew this gift was meant to be shared. He picked a golden fruit, feeling its weight and responsibility. The orchard was not just wealth, it was a beacon for the whole village. News spread quickly, and villagers gathered in awe. The miracle united everyone in hope and gratitude. Arjun realized the true value of the gift was in sharing. The golden orchard promised a brighter future for all. Soon, Gauri regained her strength, grazing on lush grass beneath the golden trees. The gentle sunlight warmed her back as she wandered through the fields, her coat shining with health. The villagers watched in awe, grateful to see her so lively once again, for they knew that Gauri was no ordinary cow. Her milk returned, now shimmering with a golden glow. Each drop seemed to hold a secret, a promise of something extraordinary. The villagers gathered around, marveling at the radiant milk as it filled their buckets, its glow lighting up their faces with hope. A single drop could turn water into nourishing milk, enough for every family. No matter how little they had, Gauri's milk multiplied, ensuring that no one would ever go hungry or thirsty again. It was as if a miracle had touched their lives. Hunger and thirst vanished from the village. Children laughed as they drank their fill, and families gathered together for hearty meals, their worries melting away with every sip. The milk's magic didn't stop there. Butter made from it healed the cracked earth and restored the fields. Wherever the golden butter touched, barren land blossomed into green, and crops began to grow once more, stronger than ever before. The sick regained their health with just a sip. Weakness faded, and smiles returned to faces that had long forgotten joy. The village was alive with new energy and hope. Arjun and his mother shared the milk and butter with everyone, never keeping it for themselves. Their generosity inspired others, and soon the whole village worked together, making sure no one was left behind. Each morning, Arjun delivered hope door to door. With every bottle of milk, he brought smiles and comfort, reminding everyone that kindness could change lives. The village flourished, fields turned green, and laughter returned. The air was filled with the sounds of happiness and the promise of a bright future. Gauri became a symbol of hope and renewal. The villagers honored her, decorating her with garlands and treating her with love and respect. The villagers saw Arjun as a savior and Gauri as a magical friend. Together, they had brought light back to the village, and their story was told for generations. The drought's scars faded, replaced by gratitude and joy. The land was healed, and the people's hearts were full once more. Kindness had transformed their world, and the magic of Gauri's milk would never be forgotten. With golden fruit and magical milk, Arjun and his mother could have lived in luxury. But true wealth, Arjun knew, was in helping others. He used the riches to rebuild the village, buying seeds, tools, and books, and digging new wells. The village thrived, fields flourished, and children's laughter filled the air. At the harvest festival, the old woman returned, smiling. Arjun thanked her, but she said, "The real magic was always in your kindness." The golden trees and milk reflected the goodness in Arjun's heart. Kindness is the most powerful magic, she said, fading away like morning mist. Arjun understood. The greatest reward was bringing happiness to others. The village's true wealth was love, community, and hope, and that magic would last forever.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe my channel Growing Minds Through Stories.